Hey guys, this is a VahnWolfe Plays on Tomomon Legacy of Light. Today I want to do a Refate rush, but with a little twist. We're using a Kitten formation, which usually is not my taste to do Refate rush with, since they're a bit weaker compared to the normal team I use. But I'm going to just do this for fun. Now this is going to serve also as a guide for any new players out there trying to figure out what to do in the story. So this can just be a reference on how to do stuff in the story, but it is a quicker version of it, so you don't have to follow it step by step. If you're lost in the story, it will show where to go next. Now, let's go and get this started. It's a Refate 26. I haven't bothered playing ever since I made this team, so I have done no testing on it whatsoever. Let's go in there and do this. I only just started over to here, so I can save the game, so we can just start immediately going through this. And I'm not really going to read into any of the story. We're just going to be rushing through, going through each portion of the game as fast as possible, while seeing how well this team can do in general. Now, usually, we just start off with the same old, just talk to the Yamato over here. Just try to skip through all the story because I don't read this, of course. I've done this too many times already. Alright. So, first thing we're going to be doing is going to be going off to Viala Town with our handy-dandy fast travel via artifacts here. So I don't have to visit well, I guess I talked to the NPC twice. Whatever. Alright. Gonna go inside, pick up our panda in here, since we only can get one of these per Refate. So pick them up every run when you can. Alright. Then we're gonna just want to talk to the Elise right in town over here, so we can get her right onto Mount Silveron's route. Alright, then afterwards we're gonna be going to the cafe, both to get our 3 sugars that we need for later for some crafting recipes on the story, and to pick up a side quest. And talk to Bob over here to go and get our fusion lab unlocked for later when we need fusion dust. Next, for rush Refate purposes, I do go after all the traders before I start. Now, this is just a team. It's just an active spam team. Have I optimized it much? No, not really. Just gonna be blowing up these guys one by one. That's the backup team I usually, or should I say that's the main squad I usually use. The Dragons, the Galasite, the Wugong, and the Burnova. But we're just playing with the Kittens. Which, majority, they're just, I have 2 meteors set with 1 light. Because most of my Refates revolve around meteor damage and light damage. So, what I did was link fuse them up to have them both be able to use our Starfall meteors, while having the light one use my Aurora Blast. Alright, then we just fast travel right over to Antilles to get our next investments that we need. Talk to these 2. Get this done and over with. And once again, it's just active spamming, nothing else. Alright. To be honest, the Kittens are more like just my dragons in disguise, just converted most of the skills over to them instead. Granted, they do a lot less damage, but good enough to do what we need to do for now. Alright, then we're going to head over to Kiyoshi over here. Getting the other 2 traders over here. Then actually, we're going to start with beating some Elemental Guardians right after this one. As you can see, they're just stunned, so they pretty much can't play. The only ones that will ever be able to play are guys with anti-stun. My Palgrar there has 100% crit rate to reassure that I always get a crit, which means the stun will always be active on them. Or they'll just die like that. Alright. Got our 2 incomes that we got from Kyoshi over here, and then we're gonna go over to here. Talk to the Wind Guardian, get that quest started up. Alright. Actually, it's the Electric Guardian. My fault. I've confused the two. That's fine. Fast travel back to here to get this done and quicker. Alright. Talk to Mai here for the other part of the portion of the quest. Alrighty then. And we're gonna head over to the Wind Tower, beat that guy down really quick. Then go over to the Thunder Tower and beat him down really quick. 1, 2, 3. That's 2 Guardians down out of the 6 that we need for getting through the game. Just blow them up really quick. Kaboom. And then kaboom again. Okay, fast travel back to here to get a little less time so we can cut it down for the Refate. Okay. Just blow these guys up like usual. The whole reason I'm using 2 physical attackers is more for the champion later. It just makes it a little easier to deal with, especially since my physical attackers are not that strong currently. Alright, get the heal here so our safe play will maintain a high damage output. Alright. Right now we're doing the Earth Nature Guardian. Now, the Nature Guardian's pretty simple. You just find the 2 meta runes that are around the corner, pick up the Gina cards, because you will need that later. Now, what do? You just capture these guys, because you do need Fusion Dust for later in the game. More monsters you have, just catch them, and you'll have these guys to fuse later. Otherwise, you're going to have to try to catch other things. I mean, you could always just stock up on catching other monsters, or go into the Dark Woods, or should I say, the Black Hollow. The Black Hollow tends to have a easy grab for Dark Mons. They don't have any separate spawns, so you can pick up them and make some Melitos out of them, get your Fusion Dust really quick. Same premise. It's just that you are forced to fight these meta runes, so you might as well catch them along the way. There's no point of not doing it. Get these guys out of the way. You do need to fight all 3 of them regardless. Okay. So let's get our 3rd one done over here. Alright, so that's all 3 done. Now we're able to challenge the Nature Guardian here. Alright, just go like this, fast travel back. And then we'll go on to fight the Nature Guardian that's right around the corner. You don't have to fast travel back, I just do that to cut some time down for every Refate I do. Quicker you can get the closer you are to each spot, easier it is to do. Alright, so let's get this done. Beat her down really quick. Honestly, the longest part of this is actually going to be the Gina card rerolls that we'll be needing for getting our Tamer level to 5 so we can pick up our Ramunka Tome treasures later. Or should I say, our Ramunka Tome bits for my end. Artifact bits, whatever you want. But anyways, we're going to travel straight to Mount Silveron over here. Skip over this, catch the Binga because we only get 1 Binga per run. There's also a Nerm that you can catch that's on Route 18 in the caves if you want. There's only 1 of him per round as well. I usually don't bother because there's no evolution for him right now, and I'm sure Gia will go and implement a evolution for him later and a new farm spot so we can get some different mystics to farm. Then we're gonna beat this guy down in 1 shot. He's gonna end up moving first because I am running reverse polarity and he is only level 5 or 9, whatever it is. They are even at 1000% plus. I'm not sure exactly what am I at? 26. It's about 50%. It's 1050% on their stats. Even at that, they're still a little bit too slow. At least when they're this low. No matter what, you're getting outsped later. Doesn't matter. I never bother switching reverse polarity because there's no reason for it. These guys are so weak at the start, you don't have to worry about it. Alright. And so we're actually backtracking to here to get the first Quenta spawn. The next one will be in Mount Silveron, so we'll be taking care of him over there afterwards. Of course, I need to pick up my Gina cards. I need at least 6 of them before we have to do the rolling for them. Don't really need 6. 3 is minimum, so we can re-roll them when I do need them in Mount Silveron. But 6 is for later, when I do want the 3x sell price. Because I do go for the 3x sell for all the treasures in the tome later. Get this done and over with. Okay. Blow them up as usual. And watch them do attacks on me first because reverse polarity. Okay. Get rid of this guy now. That will be our first meteor piece. We're going after our second meteor piece after this one. Okay. Go after a second meteor piece, so we're going to be going to the forest over here. Gonna get into a battle around the corner here soon, right here. Just talk to them so you don't have to deal with them walking up to you, because it's a waste of time when they walk up to you. Alright. Should be a Gina card in the corner here. It's a random spawn. It's not always over there, though. Talk to Yamato over here. Get as close as possible so you don't have to deal with the walking animation. Don't run into that like I always do. I always run into that first wild monster there because I'm trying to rush through. Oh, and see, this is what happens when you forget. One step! I forgot to go to Mount Silveron to get Elise over to there. Because I'm rushing through and I sometimes forget about this stuff and it happens. Not as fast as I would want it to be since I did forget about them because Quenta's also over here in the corner. Beat him down really quick. If you did want to read any of the story, you can just always pause the video, check what they're saying, but that's completely up to you. I've been through this way too many times. I'm not going to read through the story. Alright, let's pick up this card again in the corner because, you know, it's there already. Why not? Alright, now we go back to that corner and fight Elise in that corner. That's the whole reason I was there in the first place, but she wasn't there because I forgot to go and proc her at Mount Silveron first. That was my fault. Just blow her up as usual. Go away. Alright. Okay. Might be a card spawn up here. Nope, did not spawn. No, did not spawn over there. Oh, there's my card spawns. They probably spawned up here. Nope. Usually I get 3 over here. Ah, RNG is not with me today. That's fine. I'll just pick up some more card spawns later. I do want them for later. Once again, need them to do a Gina card roll, reset roll later for in the run. Because we are going to need some Tamer XP, we're going to need 3x Cell, but that's more, the 5x XP is more required. You don't really need the 3x Cell, I just like to use it at the end of the game. It's a nice 12 million bits, it's a good amount of AP. Alright, so that's done, you go and teleport to Antilas over here next. We're going to go and take care of the Fire Guardian now. Now for the Fire Guardian, you do need to collect data for the cocktail that he wants. Oops, and I hit the wrong button. You do need to collect data for the cocktail he wants. Personally, there's 2 ways to get it. You can get the data from doing expeditions, or just gambling. I prefer the gambling method. It is a lot quicker. Doing the expeditions to get them is not easy because they do not have a high rate of spawning. At least the red and the blue data does not have a high rate of spawning. Might as well collect it from the machine while I can, so I'm going to need from the machine a 1 white data, 3 reds, and 3 blues. There's my first blue data. The blue data is going to be for the cocktail. There's the red data. I'm going to need 2 and 2 more. There's a red over there. Need 1 more red, 2 more blue. That's blue data over there, and I think there was a red, but I wasn't paying attention. I do know I need 1 more blue, so we're still gonna keep going. The whole reason, and this is why we start with our investment early in the game, because you'll have the coins to be able to do this early on. Honestly, for their first refate, you should pick the cyan-colored silver coin upgrade just to be able to do this, because I have only 1 silver coin upgrade, so I don't have to worry about it. I have enough coins by the time I get here, so I can just roll down the machine. Alright, in this one, we're grabbing elemental data. For this one, we need ice data, white herb data, and a water data. So, right there, I got my white herb data. Now I need to get some water data and an ice data. Once again, these are both for the quest objectives. Or should I say, the quest items that we need to make later on in the run. Alright, let's get that dang ice data. If it wants to spawn for me, it'd be nice. You can, once again, all those datas are acquirable also through the expeditions. You can get them through the treasure chest, but it takes much longer to get them to spawn from the treasure chest. Alright. Unless RNG is not nice to you, which, you know, sometimes in gambling, that's what happens. RNG isn't the best. RNG sucks. Alright. Still no ice data, unless I picked it up when I wasn't paying attention, which is highly possible. RNG is not being too nice right now. Oh, come on. Give me that ice data. Right. White herb data again. We got plenty of everything else but the 1 data we need. Oh, goodness me. There we go. We got our ice data, so we're done with here. We're going to return. craft up our cocktail that we need. There it is. And then go and fight him. After he's done rambling on here. Alright, so let's go beat the Fire Guardian down next. Get rid of him really quick. Alright. Ah, 2 turn kills. You see, when I play with my normal team, it's usually a 1-shot kill, but these guys are a lot weaker. Now, since we got our first level up, we're going to go into perks, and we're going to pick up Speedster, get everything done quicker, go quicker, etc., etc. Give her the sugar, get some more quest points on your belt, so we get more Evorium, which you get transferring via quest points into Eevees every Refate. Alright, and let's go on. Now we're going this way because we want to go and encounter Quenta. That's around the corner over here. It's going to be one fight. If you hug along the wall... Oh, well, I meant to talk to them, but that's fine. If you hug along that wall, you won't get the other 2 fights. Which you don't want. Because all the fights that you get, or should I say, for your tamer levels, will be done once we get to Mount Silveron. Alright. Wipe out this person really quick. Talk to Wenta. Make them not walk up to us like usual. So we don't have to waste our time with the walk animation. Alright. So this one's a little bit... He takes a little longer. I don't use sharp eyes. Otherwise this would be a lot shorter. But it's fine. Alright. Just wipe them out really quick. Okay. Now Wenta will spawn next to Barking... I always forget the name of that town. Well, it's the Stump Village. I'll just call it the Stump Village. There's a stump icon, and I always forget the name because my brain forgets these things. I just go and autopilot to places. Go and get the next meteor's piece over here. We're at 3 now. I'm surprised that the Metaroon is actually faster than my cat. Or should I say slower than my cat. Usually he goes first, but that's fine. Alright. So let's just go through that. Go around down here. Go to the bottom. We're going to be finding a lease that's right around the corner down here. Looking at this wall. Alright. Beat her down really quick, like usual. Alright. Get Elise to give us the holy water recipe. We don't have to bother with her anymore. Holy water recipe is going to be required for the Earth Guardian. If you don't do the quest in this town, you can't fight the Earth Guardian after you beat all the other Guardians first. Alright, get Wenta around this corner over here. Beat him down as usual. Just blow him up. That perchy face. It's just dropping an explosion while looking devious. It's just funny to me. Alright. Let's go on. Oh, and the whole reason why I'm using the dark version of one of the Magic Cats is because my last step on it was the Zwanwu. The Zwanwu is the one that gives it the reverse polarization to reverse the turn orders. At this high Refate, almost all the time, once you start doing the Mount Silveron stuff, they'll always be a higher level than you. I mean, should I say, outspeeding you. It doesn't matter how fast you're going, even at level 100, my other current monsters can't outspeed them. There's no point. Saves you on stats anyways for your Refate, so no point of doing that. Anyways, we're gonna grab an apple, a egg fruit, and a soft meat fruit. That is the recipe for this quest item over here, the Chow Chow, or Chisel? I don't know how to say it, but you need it for the Dark Guardian. Then you also can make the Holy Water while you're over here. Go back to Bucking Stump over here. Go and take care of the Dark Guardian over here. We're about 20 minutes in, which makes sense. All my Guardians are almost done. I think I have one left to do, and that's it. He should be done in one go. Okay. Go over to here. Go over to this building over here so we can talk to the Elder to give him the Holy Water. Usually I would fast travel from the building, but as you can see, if you were to try fast travel, it brings you to Viala, which is not ideal. So it's actually faster to just walk out and walk around. Alright. And this should be that. That's done. We're gonna go over back to Mount Silveron now. Go and beat down the Earth Guardian, who would not talk to us before. As you can see, we're at 3 and 5. So this is our last Guardian. Alright. Beat him down now. Should be just easy enough. 1-2. 1-2 punch. Alright. Fast travel to the Tundra. Fast travel back to Mount Silveron. Alright, and then we're gonna go right in and get our last meteor piece from this place. Now, this is where it's gonna be fun to do the Gina card rerolls. So, for this portion, right after I get into the cave with all the Utopian cultists, we're gonna need to roll 5-time Tamer XP. The whole reason for that, once again, is to get our Tamer level to 5 before the end of the run. If there was a... Or should I say, if I chose not to go for the treasures, I can refade even quicker. But I always go for the treasures, because why not? Never know when you need some extra gear for your units. Well, your monsters. I don't really reroll the gears anymore in the tome, but I'll be showing how to do that too later on. Alright. Beat down this guy. And yes, you can hear me smashing the A button because that's what I always do. Don't have to, but I do it anyways. Alright, so this is the portion where we're... Oh, I didn't mean to talk to him again. This is the portion where we are gonna go and save right here. Check what cards we get. Hence why we were collecting the Gina cards. Catch rate. Seems about right. I never get what I want. I never get what I want at the start. Yep. See, no Tamer XP, so you just log out. Go back in the game. And we'll just keep doing this until we get that 5-time Tamer XP that we need. We got 5-time bits. Once again, not surprised. 2 3-times bits. Just saying, those buffs don't stack, so getting 2 times and 5 times, 3 times, 5 times, they do not stack with each other if it's the same buff. Maybe later we'll get a quality of life update for Gina card, but for now, it is what it is. I will just deal with it. Oh, there's my 5-times Tamer XP. Came rather quick. I even only used 2 cards. Mount my pet, because you do move faster on top of the pet. Alright. And at this point, reverse polarity will be doing its work. They will all outspeed me, so it does not matter anymore. We're gonna fight every single cultist in here. Except one. We don't need to fight one of them. This should get me to Tamer level 5 before the end of the run. Yeah, it's pretty brain dead for me, but it is what it is. When you refate it a bunch of times, you just want to get done as fast as possible. So the active skill build is the fastest way to do things. We don't have any area combo attacks or anything like that. My build is all around active skills. My refates has been around active skills. So it's very difficult for me to run a different build at this high refate. Maybe later down the line we'll get a refate reroll. I'll showcase some other builds we can do and have fun with it. But for now, we just have kittens disguised as dragons. And also no Wukong. I mean, Wukong just has one of the best passives in the game. It's 50% resistance, 50% damage for all your team. I'm missing out on a lot of damage just by not having that man in my team. And damage resistance. Because I might end up taking a lot of damage from... Oh, I'm surprised that I moved... I think he moves slower than me. But sure. Anyways, later in the run, I might take a lot of damage from one particular fight in the league. They have anti-crit, and these guys don't have much damage resistance, so we'll see what happens. I haven't really done a... Like I said, this team has not been tested for Refate Rush, so we'll see what happens later in the league, or should I say later in the game. Now, the whole reason I want the stun is so they're stunned, and they don't get to do their actions. Like, these meta runes tend to be faster, or should I say slower, than my dragons. They're not a very fast monster normally, so they go faster than my dragons. I mean, obviously, they're going to get faster at more and more at Refate, but yeah. The whole reason we have the stun up is so they don't get a turn, and I get to keep playing without them wasting time with the animations. Keep going on here. Sadly, we are forced to get these guys to walk to me. There's 2 fights in here that does that. Alright. I actually did forget to pick up my Pinecco that I got when I went into Ibora. I meant to pick that up when I went there the first time, but we do go there twice or 3 times throughout the run anyway, so it does not really matter. The only one that really matters is picking up the panda at the start of the game. Why? Because it's there, and why not? If you don't want to talk to them, pick up the panda, that's fine too. But yeah, see that cultist on the left, we're not going to fight him. Don't need to. We're going to get to Tamer level 5 beforehand. We get to Tamer level 5 by the time we fight the last cultist here. Not even before we fight the researcher. Alright. Technically, I could just use the 1 attack on him and then just do normal attacks, but bad habit of mine, always go down to skill. It would save some time if I didn't go down to skill for all of them, but it doesn't really matter. Alright. Like, I could just do this to go faster. It's just a habit of mine to go to skill. And there we go, Tamer level 5 already done. That's all we need. Beat the researchers down here. After this, we will be heading to the cultist base. Because we already have all the meteor pieces, all the guardians done. So we'll proc the event to start to be able to go into the Utopian base. Go back to Ibora over here. Get the event proc. Go into here. Pick up our Pinecco. Alright. You want it to be a little quicker. It doesn't really save that much time, but I do it sometimes, just because why not? Alright, and look at this. I lost some time by just running around Yamato like a dum-dum. It's fine, though. Come on, Lance, you can talk quicker. Alright, well, actually I forgot one thing. I need to go to Boreas. Since we have collected enough income for this, I always pick up my dragon scales from this man over here. Gives us a little bit more quest points too. Alright, go back to Yubora over here. Oh, well, I'm a dum-dum and missed it again. Then we go around this corner, just right up to the Utopian base. Alright. Go to talk to Wenta, do his little questionnaire every time we come over here. Yeah. There go. Meteor pieces and Zelta. Alright. And now we have to go and watch him rant. Always amuses me. The whole reason this whole cultist thing started was just because some guy was bored and wants to make some disorder in the universe, or try to make disorder. Yeah. And then this guy just gets dragged along. Poor Wenta. Alright. Then you gotta beat down Wenta when you get in here. And I'll just give you some more story talking stuff about Sun Yi. Beat down his dragon really quick here. Once again, he sucks because he's the only guy that can last 2 turns due to the block. Yeah. If you ran Sharp Eyes, you'd be able to bypass it, but I always just run damage. I know I could probably optimize it a little bit with Sharp Eyes, but it only will save a couple seconds. I'm not too worried about it. And then we got some cultists to beat down. Force fights. Once again, talk to them so you don't have to have them walk up to you. These guys will make me waste time because reverse polarity makes them all go first. Since young Digimon... not Digimon, oh my goodness. Young Tomomons don't have a high stat growth. Yes, I just called it Digimon because, I don't know, I guess I was just thinking about Digimon at the time. Because sometimes my brain, when it goes and comes to monster taming games, I just kind of mesh them all together. Don't know which one I'm talking about. But this one has its own flair of doing things. With the infinite Refate buffing, able to play the way you want, build a team the way you want. It's always fun in games. Honestly, it depends on how you want to play. I wouldn't recommend going to the high Refates right now. Only reason I would not recommend that is because you're kind of fixated in one team. I would love to try other teams to see how well they'll work in high Refates. It's just, if you don't have a build for it, the damage is like minuscule. It's very, very minimal. It's kind of sad. If you wanted to see what Refates I have picked up, these are my early on Refates, so you can ignore majority of them. I was doing some testing, seeing what we can get. I think that my worst choice was agility. It has done nothing for me. And the flat agility over here, that was really bad. Both of those are really bad choices for me. But otherwise, I just focused down onto the damage, the crits. Afterwards, we started focusing onto active damage. Then I started really focusing on to elemental and active damage. Finally got my 60% accuracy, followed by a whole bunch of active damage and light damage. Light damage, meteor damage, active damage. And then for this Refate in particular, I made sure to run double meteors because I was lacking on meteor damage. With the physical attack of those cats being too low, I have to go and amplify it. Hence why they're able to do a little bit more, but my light cat still does much more than they can. Alright. Blow up the rest of these cultists. We're about 40 minutes into the run, somewhere give or take. Almost at the end. Alright, we're gonna fast travel over to Ramunka Oasis. Go up to here, go to the cave. That's gonna be no longer blocked by that cultist over here that's usually sitting here. Then we're gonna, once again, talk to the NPC so they don't have to walk to us. Because it is a forced battle, no matter what. Ah, I just noticed those perchies are higher level than my dragons usually get. Am I going crazy? Maybe I had a Tomomon XP bonus. Probably didn't notice it. Oh, speaking of perks, I forgot to pick up my perks. Alright. So let's pick up my perks, because sometimes I do forget to pick them up. We are going to need... We don't need this, but I always pick it up. And Fusionista. Then I usually don't bother with the rest, because I don't need any of it. Whether or not I want to take the active damage or something. We'll see. I usually don't bother. No point of it. Alright. Go on from here. Okay. Alright, now we're gonna go and fight the final cultist here, the leader of the cult. Alright. Go on from here, let's go. I think someone told me that you can catch him right away. Yes, you can always catch the Megaton right away. I mean, I don't think this is supposed to be a thing, but Zyzen on our Discord said this was possible, so I wanted to test it out in this Refate. Silly thing that you can do, I guess. Oh, man. I'm pretty sure that's a bug. You're not supposed to be able to get him till after this fight, and when you become champion, then you're able to get him. This won't be a challenge. He's just gonna go down in one blow. Well, one blow for magic. He has a little higher physical resistance. Also, like, once again, what I said, my cats aren't as strong as my dragons are. Would probably be a one-shot with the dragons. Alright. Get this story exposition. From here, we'll go right on to the champ fight. We're about 44 minutes in. Refate's pretty much already... The rush refate's pretty much already done. Alright. After we have to deal with all this talking. 46, 47, 50 minutes has been my fastest time since I've been doing this. So it seems about on average. Granted, I did mess up earlier in the run. And I was lucky with the cards. If you're not lucky with Gina's card at that one point to get the 5 times Tamer XP, sometimes the runs take quite a while. I have spent some runs with like up to 10 minutes trying to get the proper roll on that. The 5 time XP is so necessary there. I find it a requirement. Once again, it's only for getting the tome treasures right away. After you're done with becoming champ, that is. Which I'm not gonna really, let's say, I'm not gonna really bother looking at the treasures. I'm just going to pick up all the gold, and I'm just going to pick up whatever it is in the chest. I'll show you once that you can re-roll those chests if you're looking for a particular treasure, because there is some of the treasures are weak compared to the other treasures you can get from there. In particular, you want to find the 7 to 9 versions of the items. That is the highest stats you can get. 7 is the one with the 200 on the main stat. 8 is the one with 175 main stat. 9 is the one with the 150 main stat, with an agility bonus. Well, it depends on the item. Armor gets a strength stat. Core gets an intelligence stats as a substat. Claws and orb, they get an agility buff. And the boots, they get a... Actually, they get any substat. It just depends on which one you roll. You just have to make sure it has a 3 next to it. So that is a difference. Now, this is the fight that I was worried about, because they do quite a bit of damage on me, if they hit. And they also do free spam, which is very annoying. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Oh, 100 damage on my poor light dude. Which means I most likely have to pick up a meta potion to heal it to full, because he's probably at 0. Yes, he is. So we're just gonna go over to our achievements here. Pick up a meta potion really quick. Give him a full heal. Might as well do it for all of them, because I have it open already. But yeah, that's the one that I was expecting to have problems with, because they do not do a lot of damage to cats. But otherwise, the rest of these should be easy peasy, sweeping through all of them. Okay. The whole reason why she's one of the more annoying ones is, once again, she has free spam while having anti-crit. So, not being able to crit, that's a big damage loss. Alright. Now we go to everyone's favorite trainer in the league, Hi Mai. Now, here's the thing about her. Yes, she's annoying when you first face her, but she has nothing going for her in later refates. She's actually one of the easier fights. It maybe takes 2 turns to beat her, since Azrak is still very bulky. I don't want to attack here, just blow them up. Alright. Oh. Well then, maybe I should have used my magic. It's fine. No big deal. I should be able to go and finish it off right here. I'm gonna have to heal again. I should have expected that I won't get the one shot. Once again, these guys are rather weak. Yep, need the full heal there, need the full heal there. Just at 0, they won't pop up. Granted, they have like 600 health in battle, but they take the base health damage first before the extra health that comes from your grid travelers, from your grid travelers, and from your awakens, and from your Gias. Or should I say, from the Gia buff. All of those give an all-stat buff, which is also an HP buff. They don't proc until you get into the fight. Honestly, I expected that I had to run Battle Cry for this, but I didn't. This has been going just fine. Now, this fight takes a little longer since Pinkdra there has anti-crit, so be a little bit longer of a fight than usual. I don't know if Kai players have to deal with this, but it's annoying to me. Having no crits be able to work on this Pinkdra here. And doing minimal damage on both me and her. My goodness. And that will be the champ done. 50 minutes in, that's about average. Technically, I would consider this Refate run done, but technically not at the same time, because I have not made the core. I won't consider a Refate done until the core is done. This is the champion. We're already done with the champion. Became champ. Alright. That's also the Kitten Refate done already. It wasn't as challenging as I thought it'll be. Granted, it does take a lot of damage. With my normal guys, of course, I don't take as much damage. You have Wukong in there with damage reduction. And he's able to mitigate majority of the damage just because he gets 50% damage reduction for your entire team. You run that along with Bagua, shoot, what is it? Versatility Form, and Battle Cry. You take no damage. It was the ice does 0. The only one who can really deal damage is the Dragon Trainer, and the Dragon Trainer is pretty weak on defensive. Alright, so we're gonna go to the Oasis, pick up our treasure now. I don't care what about my treasures because, you know, I don't really need them. Usually I save on my treasures, but... Or should I say, I save reroll on my treasures, but I haven't lately. Haven't been needing extra treasures, or should I say, the treasures of the 7 through 9 variety. Boots, it's only you just need a 3 at the end for boots. So, for treasure rerolling, it's the same thing. If you don't like the treasure you got, just say before you go and talk to the treasure chest. Just say, well, alright, we'll save on this one. That was an Orb 7. I like Orb 7. Oh, I'm gonna save. Alright. See a Ramunka Orb 2. That's bad. So you can just log out. Hit continue. And it will reset what's in that treasure. Now it's a claw of time. You know what? I'll take it. Decent claw. Not really great. Not really the best. Since it's an agility bonus on that one. I'd rather get 7s. But once again, I'm not really worried about my treasure. So we are going to pick up all the gold bars here before we refate. Why? The gold bars and the mithril bar. Excuse me. Why? This is 12 million worth of bits in this one room. Which means you get 12 million worth of AP once you sell these all at 3 times rate. Like that boots. That's a really bad boot. 1 boots are weak. That's the weakest you can get. The Ramunka boots 2, that's on average. It's not that good though. And the Claw 6, that's on average. Not really great. It's in the middle. Alright, so we're going to pick up every single one of these gold bars. Then we're going to, after this, we're going to go and collect our fusion dust. So that's why we caught those meta runes at the start. Use them, combine them. My box is a mess, so excuse my messy box. I was in the process of fusing these guys. Learn later down the line that you can just fuse with Perchy element swaps. Here's the thing. I have tried it before. I thought it didn't work. I must have used the wrong material, and it didn't work for me. Alright, so we picked up all that stuff. Go over to here. This is why we picked up Fusionista. Fusionista gives you more dust. Go to your quick fusion here. Find those meta runes you grabbed. Here's one. Here's another. Here's another. Here's another. Right over here. And then we'll just combine some of these fire Elados because why not? And the tech Elados that I have randomly in my box. Do I have another one? Probably not. I don't really pay attention to what's in my box lately, I'll be honest. Alright, let's find some darks to fuse then. You just need to fuse 4 if you have Fusionista up. Alright, so that's our 4 fusions. Let's stuff them into go into box 1 so they just go into order in my boxes. Alright, so that should be all our dust. As you can see here, if we were to go to materials, 12 fusion dust, you only need 10. Then we're going to go over to Evora City over here. Go to the market. Save my game. And hope... Now we're going to try to roll for the Gina card 3-time money buff. which, you know, RNG, depends on what you get. As you saw, no 3x buff, so just reload. Go back in, hit start, go into your items, reroll again, see what you get. Team damage, worthless. Tamer XP, that seems about right. I always roll Tamer XP when I'm trying to do this. I never roll the 3x buff, or 3x money buff. Alright. Once again, this is all optional, not required. You can just go right and do your Refate. In my opinion, it's not the best idea. It's better to get the 12 million bits before you go and Refate. It's a bunch of AP to get your blue coins. Granted, I have not picked up my AP for my coins in a good while. The whole reason for that is I haven't been looking for anything in the blue coin machine. So, it's been alright. I actually need to farm some more gold coin machine stuff. I don't have a lot of player storm scrolls, since those were added a little later when I farmed the machine. And there'll be more stuff down the line. As you can see, I have no luck. The Gina cards are not giving me the luck that I need. Like I said, sometimes you take like 10 minutes rolling these damn cards because RNG sucks. Oh man, still no 3x sell. Still no 3x sell. And once again, no 3x sell. That's okay. We'll just reload again and hope to get it. Alright. Tomomon XP. Bits. Come on, 3x sell. Oh, of course not. When you're looking for it is when you're never gonna find it. Honestly, I usually get 3x sell when I'm looking for 5x Tamer XP from on Mount Silveron. RNG is not nice. Alright. Tamer XP again. Tomomon XP. Come on, 3x sell. Oh, there's the 5x Tamer XP again when you don't need it. And I messed up on my log out there. That's fine. Alright. Technically, the Refate rush is already done. Once again, optional. You don't have to do this. Not a requirement. I already have all the material to make the core for the end. With the mithril bars, the fusion dust, and the gold bars. Oof, the RNG, man. So how have you been? You been good? I hope you've been good. Ah, there we go. Item selling price. There we go. So we go over to here, and then we gotta sit here and wait for these bars to go all the way up. As you can see, they're selling for about 12k each. Got 1,000 bars. Sell them all at once. Get a nice 12 million into your bits for your AP achievements, or so your achievement points in general. You get 250 AP per 100k you get. So in turn, you get about... I can't math. I don't feel like mathing, man. It would just be 12 million divided by 100,000. Oh yeah, it gives you a decent amount of blue coins. You get about... Each blue coin costs 60 AP per. Every 10 is 600 AP. So, just from, let's say, 10... Yeah, once again, I don't feel like mathing. Not really good with math. And it's just, watching numbers. I just like making big numbers. That's all I like doing. Oh, man. Alright, so we're just going to go to 108. That leaves us a 5 that we need. You can go over here. Sell your 40. Alright, you just need the 5 for the core. That's it. Go on to the mount. I always like to do it. I find it a little quicker. Why? I don't know. I just do. It's because it makes me feel like I'm moving faster. And we go up to the lab over here. Go into here. Take the elevator up. Your model will be up there. Talk to him. Get our core recipe. Go to craft. Go to special. Craft up your core. Be done. And that will be the end of the run. Then we could just refate by talking to the ship right over here. I'm not going to go and show that because it is... No, I don't think so anybody wants to watch me go and roll for cyan perks for quite a while. Anyways, that's the end of the run. I hope you enjoyed and find this informative for your future runs yourself. It'll be a little story guide for you too. It shows where each point of interest for the story is. So, yeah, that's the Kitten run done. You guys have a good one.